What's up, guys? This is Eric from GameShampoo.com. I just went out and got The Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. This is the second Zelda game to come out this year, although it's the first new Zelda game to come out this year, and it's the first new Zelda game also to come out on the 3DS. Seems like Nintendo's kind of just cycling through Zelda games at this point on various platforms. Not that I'm really complaining, but this is A Link Between Worlds. This is a 3DS exclusive, and kind of, sort of a sequel to A Link to the Past. It takes place in the same world of Hyrule, so if you're familiar with that map layout, and if you're not, then shame on you. So if you're familiar with that map layout, it's basically the same in this game, and the Dark World and that whole thing is more or less the same. But what's different are your powers and kind of the moment-to-moment interactions in that world. Although I think if you play the game and you've played A Link to the Past before, you'll probably find that there are a lot of reused sound effects or a lot of like remastered sound effects. Lots of that old stuff that was in A Link to the Past is also in A Link Between Worlds. Kind of like a spiritual successor, maybe more so than a direct sequel, but I guess we'll have to figure that out by playing the game itself. I haven't really played very much of it aside from what they were showing at like E3 and Comic-Con and stuff like that, which I played a little bit of those demos. So this is a box, and from what I hear, there is a reversible cover art inside of it. So I don't know. There's still plastic over it, so I don't know how well that plays, but I'll do it again in a second. But there's like a really subtle kind of like golden sheen to the cover and to Link's little image on the cover. So let's get the plastic off and see if that still plays. So you can maybe sort of see that. It's still kind of reflecting off the cover a little bit. So I'm going to pop this open and whip out the Club Nintendo code. I made a Club Nintendo account the other day, so probably going to start actually using those codes myself. Well, I had heard on the internet that there was a reversible cover inside of this thing, but that does not seem to be the case. Now let's squish it back in there. Maybe that was just for the UK or the PAL release. I don't remember which rating was on the front of the box, but it was not the US ESRB rating. So maybe that's for like a region-specific kind of thing. But I do remember the reversible cover being more kind of blue. Same image on the front, but more like bluish and green. I actually liked it better. So there's no manual really for the game. There's instructions for viewing an electronic manual, which is built into the game. And then you get this pamphlet here, which shows off all kinds of system-level information. Stuff like that. This is another one of those Nintendo games that'll warn you to take a break every, half an hour or so. There are save points in this game, and when you go up to a save point, I think if you hit like a save point after playing for 30 minutes or so, it'll be like, hey, maybe you should take a break. Maybe you should stop playing this thing that you paid 40 bucks for. So, just a pamphlet. There's an electronic manual included on the disc. To access the electronic manual, follow these steps. To view the built-in instruction manual, tap the button labeled Manual displayed on the home menu, and to change the language settings, go to System Settings. Well, that's easy enough. So, aside from that, nothing in here. No design on the back, as I showed. Nothing showing through the little recyclable, environmentally friendly holes that Nintendo puts in all these carts. And this is the cart itself, which I will bring up for a closer look in a second. It's shaky. It sounds like the game is just shaking around in here. So let's bring up the case in the game right now. Right here is the case, back and front, and the cart, which is shaky for some reason. yeah, so that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot included in this release. It's pretty sparse. They're doing a lot of stuff digitally now. Oh, and let's zoom in on the back one more time. If you can see the tiny writing on the back. Basic reading ability is needed to fully enjoy this game. Damn. What if you don't have basic reading ability and you can't read that message? So this is A Link Between Worlds. It is the pseudo sequel to A Link to the Past, which is a classic and revered game. And it sounds like this one is actually up there with some really good Zelda games, which is surprising because a lot of those handheld Zelda games haven't been super great, especially since Phantom Hourglass and that stuff on the Game Boy Advance. That was all really good. But yeah, that's basically all that's in here. No real reason to get the physical release over the digital release if you are not into having things to display on your shelf. No cool manual or map or anything like that. So that's the game. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. It's right after Xbox One launch day, so we're going to be doing a lot of next-gen stuff, so stay tuned for that.